Welcome to the Mary Ewing Law Show.
Hello and welcome back to the Mary Ewing Law Show. Mary is a veteran Colorado attorney who has spent more than 40 years helping clients navigate workers' compensation, personal injury, and family law cases. Known for providing clear guidance, she helps injured workers get the benefits they're legally entitled to. I'm Chelsea, and in today's episode, we're breaking down what workers' comp actually covers and how you can make sure you're getting everything that you should. This is episode 4. What does workers' comp actually pay for? Welcome back, Mary.
It's nice to be here again. Thank you. Let me start by saying that I think it's important to understand that workers' compensation is a state-created insurance system that replaces lawsuits. So instead of filing a lawsuit when you get hurt, the law guarantees certain benefits, no matter who was at fault, as long as the injury arose out of and in the course of employment. It's not a bonus. It's not a settlement windfall. It's a safety net. And while it's meant to help, it often feels like a maze. So the benefits that an injured worker can obtain fall into 3 categories. Medical care is one. This includes doctor visits, hospital stays, prescriptions, surgeries, physical therapy, even medical equipment like braces and wheelchairs. But the employer, or rather the insurance company for the employer, has the right to designate what's called the authorized treating physician. The injured worker does still have rights, including a one-time change of doctor request, but otherwise he has to go to the authorized treating doctor. The second major category is wage replacement, temporary disability benefits, and permanent disability benefits. If you can't work because of your injury, the workers' comp pays a portion of your wage loss. It's about 2/3 of your average weekly wage, up to a statutory max. Now, it's important when you're figuring what the average weekly wage is to look at overtime. If your work is seasonal, did it happen during a high season or a low season? So it's a little more complicated than just saying it's 2/3 of your average weekly wage. That's where workers can get disadvantaged. Then there's permanent disability benefits. When injury causes lasting impairment, there may be compensation for that lack of function. That's where permanent partial and permanent disability benefits come in.
And at the beginning, you mentioned this is a state program. So if somebody files workers' comp in Colorado, what kind of things are they actually eligible to receive there? Is it the same 3?
That's what I was saying. The 3 major categories are medical benefits, wage replacement, and permanent disability benefits.
What about medical care? Are all of the costs covered?
So long as it's within the system of the authorized treating physician or a physician to whom that person is referred. For example, the employer has the right to designate your employer, your medical provider to start with. And that becomes the authorized treating doctor. But it may well be someone who's pretty much an occupational doctor or a more generalist. That doctor may feel that you need to go to specialized care, and that specialized care should be covered. 100% of the medical expense is covered, though. There's no copay.
And can workers' comp cover things like prescriptions, physical therapy, surgery?
Absolutely. All of that is covered. They won't cover naturalist treatment, things of that sort.
What happens if someone needs time off from work in the future and they can't go back to their old job?
At some point, when the injured worker is recovering, the doctor, the authorized treating physician, will determine that he or she has reached what's called maximum medical improvement. Not that he's healed, but that his condition has stabilized. At that point, there'll be a determination whether he has a degree of permanent disability called permanent impairment, and there'll be benefits associated with that. But let's assume from your question that that's all occurred and the injured worker has had a final admission of liability. He's received his benefits. So long as it's within 2 years from the date of last payment of benefits or 5 years from the date of the accident, if his condition worsens, he's entitled to reopen his workers' compensation claim and seek new benefits if he's worse. If someone feels that they've gotten worse and he could get in to see his authorized treating physician, that's the first step. Often, the authorized treating physician won't treat him because the case has been closed. At that point, then, he needs to go to his regular family doctor or whomever, get an analysis that his condition is worsened, and then file a petition to reopen.
Do you ever see cases where someone isn't getting the benefits they should be?
Oh, all the time. All the time. Remember, insurance companies are designed to take in premiums and pay out as few benefits as they can. That's part of their job. So often, where you see things that aren't being properly covered is when the average weekly wage hasn't been calculated correctly. If the benefits suddenly stop for some reason, and you need to look into that, you probably need a lawyer. If the insurance company refuses treatment that the authorized treating doctor recommends, you're told you can't switch doctors when actually you can. You're pressured to return to work before you're ready, or the impairment rating seems too low.
Are there red flags workers should watch out for that could mean that their benefits aren't being handled properly?
The red flags are when the insurance company refuses treatment the doctor recommends, or you're told you can't switch doctors and you want to, but you actually can in some circumstances. The worker's pressured to return to work before he feels like he's ready, or the impairment rating seems too low.
If someone's feeling confused or overwhelmed by all of this or by the system, because this was a lot in a short period of time, what's your advice for getting things clear on their rights?
You know, the system is complicated. Attorneys that don't handle in this area have trouble understanding what the rights are under the statute. So really, if the worker is having a problem and can't figure out what's happening, but he feels like things aren't going right, he really needs to consult with a lawyer. Workers' compensation exists to help people to heal and recover. But it only works if the injured worker protects his rights. You need to be aware of what's happening. And it's hard to know without legal advice.
Thanks for listening to the Mary Ewing Law Show. If you're recovering from a work injury and aren't sure what you're entitled to, Mary Ewing can help you make sense of your claim and fight for the benefits you deserve. To learn more, visit maryewinglaw.com or call 303 761 1400. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review if you found this episode helpful.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.